100% American-made. And darn proud of it. The Charlie Kirk Show.
Welcome back. We're talking with Bill Glahn of Powerline Blog about the amazing state of Minnesota that I grew up next door to. But for the second, I want to talk to you about why Refi, which is right here in Phoenix. Private student loan debt in the U.S. totals about $300 billion, and about $45 billion of that is labeled as distressed. Why Refi is able to refinance distressed and defaulted private student loans that other companies won't touch. Why Refi provides you with a custom loan payment based on your ability to pay. They are not a debt settlement company, and instead they work with each borrower individually, tailoring each loan to each borrower's specific situation. You're not calling a faceless call center when you call Why Refi. I've been to where they take the calls. It is not faceless. Why Refi can reduce your monthly payment, and they guarantee interest rates under 6%. That is able to ensure affordability and financial relief. Why Refi doesn't care about your credit score, and when the payment on your distressed or defaulted student loan is so big you feel you can't ever get ahead in your finances, Why Refi is your best option. Why Refi can save you thousands of dollars by refinancing, and they can even lower your total loan cost. You can finally take control of your student loan situation with a plan that works for your monthly budget. Can you imagine being debt-free and not living under this burden anymore? Your first step is to contact Why Refi. If you go to whyrefi.com, you can read testimonials from others who have been where you are and how they were able to escape with their help. You can see what their monthly payments were versus what they're at now. Why Refi offers a 3-minute rate check that has no credit impact. Bad credit is still accepted, though. And if you have a co-borrower, Why Refi can get them released from the loan so you can give mom and dad or anyone else a break. You can even skip a payment every 6 months up to 12 times without penalty. You don't have to ignore that mountain of student loan statements piling up on your kitchen table anymore. Just call 888-WHY-REFI-34 or log into whyrefi.com. That is YREFY.com. May not be available in all 50 states. We're going to be right back with Bill Glahn in a second. Welcome back to radio. I want to quickly talk about My Patriot Supply. This Christmas, give the gift of food security with an amazing deal from our friends at My Patriot Supply. It's called the Buy One Gift Two Christmas Special, which you all have to check out. All month long, when you buy an emergency food kit, you'll get 2 more food kits free to give away as gifts. That is right, a 4-week emergency food supply for yourself, and then they're going to throw in 2 one-week food kits absolutely free. The 1-week kits make great gifts to anyone on your list who's into emergency preparedness or who just needs a little nudge in that direction. These days, it just makes sense to have food stored away for emergencies. You never know. Hurricanes, floods, they can all happen. And with this buy one, gift two Christmas deal, you're not only getting yourself prepared, you're getting a unique and a meaningful Christmas gift for your friends or family. And remember, for you, they're free. So head over to mypatriotsupply.com/Kirk and grab yours today. This offer is only around for the holiday season, so go to mypatriotsupply.com/Kirk now. That is mypatriotsupply.com/Kirk. Danny, we were talking in the break about, in addition to all the fraud in Minnesota, there's some very interesting judicial rulings that we've been getting from the state's criminal court. So why don't you set this one up?
Yeah, so there's this convicted sex offender in Minnesota who served no prison time for previous rapes. And so if you guys want to throw to 252.
Abdimalik Mohammed, but prosecutors say the 28-year-old uses the names Kareem and Altesto on Snapchat, and that is where investigators say he met his latest victim as well as his 2 previous ones. His profile was already in the database from previous cases involving sexual assaults in Minneapolis in 2017 and another one in 2024. A Hennepin County judge sentenced Mohammed in May in those cases, including one involving a 15-year-old girl. Prosecutors say 2 other unidentified men took part in that assault, and one threatened the victim with a gun. But Mohammed never spent a day in prison, as we said, because he got credit for time served while awaiting trial as part of a pair of plea deals.
So, Bill, this really seems the other side of the coin. It's that you allow fraud to happen with practical impunity. And even when you have someone dead to rights on most heinous violent crimes, it just seems there's this breezy devil-may-care attitude. They're released back into the wild to hurt people again. Is that really what's going on?
Exactly. The key words in that report that you just aired were Hennepin County. Hennepin County is the largest by population county in Minnesota. It includes the city of Minneapolis, which got mentioned in the report as well. And that crime, if I recall correctly, the most recent one occurred in the city of Bloomington, which is also in Hennepin County, home to the Mall of America. Hennepin County's prosecutor, the lead prosecutor, elected official, Mary Moriarty, notorious soft on crime. And the officials, the judges rather, in Hennepin County are notoriously soft on crime as well. So it's entirely the pattern you see time and time again. Convicted felons, even violent felons, it's almost impossible to get sent to state prisons, at least on the first or second try. The stayed sentences, time served, we heard that in the report, the plea deals. They think the idea is prison is the wrong. We have an over-incarceration problem, according to Mary Moriarty and a lot of judges. They think the solution is never send somebody for prison. I don't know what the solution is in their view, healing circles or alternatives to detention, but it's nearly impossible to actually get prison time no matter how violent the crime is, to the point where we've seen exactly what happened with these white-collar crimes, these fraud crimes. It's the federal prosecutors that have stepped in and filled the gap. They have literally taken over cases from Hennepin County prosecutors and prosecuted them in federal court with the knowledge there was a much higher likelihood that the offendant, if convicted, would actually serve a prison sentence and serve a full prison sentence at that. So especially the gang problem, this didn't sound like a gang problem, but there's a big gang problem in Minneapolis, ethnic gangs. You know, the president says they're running amok. He's not wrong. But the feds have stepped in. Andy Lugar, the Biden appointee, and then the new Trump appointee have been vigorously prosecuting gang violence, some of the more notorious violent crimes, because Mary Moriarty, the county attorney, and the judges just won't take care of the job. I don't really blame the law enforcement folks. Right. They make the arrests, they make the cases, they hand it over to prosecutors. The prosecutors cut plea deals. The judges won't impose prison sentences.
All right. We have just 30 seconds to go, so I want to give you, I shouted out your blog. Tell people where they can read your work.
Yes, I write for the Center of the American Experiment at americanexperiment.org, or you can reach me also at Powerline Blog. Powerlineblog.com.
They are real MVPs. I've loved them. I've been reading them for 20 years. That's how old they are. Thank you so much for coming on, Bill, and it's probably not the last time if Minnesota keeps at it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.